Hello! Welcome to watching VideoGaming Father's video review of a hack-and-slash platformer with a sense of humor called Marlow Briggs and the Mask of Death. Can one find any B-movies-like story there, including unbeatable hero, a lot of bad guys to kill, and charismatic main villain? And who is actually Marlow Briggs from the name of the game? Does the game bring fast-paced action with every second filled by jumping, fighting, and explosions? Does it have a movie feeling with slow-motion cuts, dynamic camera angles, and story cutscenes? Are there any inventive ideas enhancing the gameplay? Is the difficulty friendly enough even to casual players? Isn't the game ruined by terrible camera views and clunky controls? Will you find their interesting level design and variable environment? Are the game audiovisuals good enough to support the game atmosphere? Let's spend the next few minutes together to find the answers to all these questions. Let's focus on the story first. Marlow Briggs is a firefighter who is on vacation at the main archaeological dig operated by Hank Long. Briggs' girlfriend, Eva Torres, is employed deciphering various Mayan codices. Eva has begun to find her work uncomfortable as she feels that something bad is happening there and attempts to resign. Long, however, still requires her services. To enforce Eva's compliance, Long has his head of security, Kim Carreras, kill Marlow Briggs with a site called Kukulkan's Fang. Wait a minute, what? The good guy is killed in the beginning. Why is he supposed to be the main game character then? Okay, let's continue. Unknown to all, the site is ornamented with the Mask of Death, which houses the spirit of a dead Mayan emperor, King Tepekalik X, also known as Tep. Tep's power brings Marlow back to life and makes him the secret warrior, also known as Choo-Choo. Tep acts as your mentor and his voice provides advice and comments on Briggs' compatibility. Together, Marlow Briggs and Tep must defeat Long, rescue Eva, and virtually save the world. Sounds like a classic B-movie story, doesn't it? But don't get me wrong, thanks to the good dubbing, various camera angles, and many action cutscenes, it's genuine B-movie fun. Just grab the popcorn and switch your brain off for a while. But wait a minute. It's still an interactive experience rather than just sitting and watching, so let's have a look at the gameplay. Marlow Briggs and the Mask of Death can hardly deny the inspiration by legendary God of War, Devil May Cry, and the other legends of a hack-and-slash genre. Marlow Briggs is given the legendary double-handed scythe with obsidian blades that serves as his main weapon to eliminate the bad guys. This is used to attack the enemies by either swift attack or slow but strong attack, and the combos made by various combinations of these two attacks. Besides this, your hero is also bestowed with magical abilities. Spirit Knife allows him to strike enemies at long range, the Conversion ability makes the bad guys fight alongside him, and the Wings of the Condor allow him to glide through the air. 4 offensive spells, one for each element, are also available. The Flames of Kinich Ahau, the Chuck's Freezing Wrath strike all enemies near Marlow. The Strength of Capricorn strikes all foes in a line in front of him, and the strongest, Hurricane Winds, strikes all enemies on the screen. The feel of using the weapon and magical abilities is really good, and thanks to the various combos, you can also learn and practice in the game menu, one has a wide variety of options how to eliminate the enemies. And you do not even feel some kind of disappointment that there are no more weapons to use in the game. Of course, you can just smash the attack buttons like in the most hack-and-slash games, but if you want to create an elegant and effective dance of death, you can really use many possible attack options. This part of the game is done very well. The other big part of the game is the platform. You will be jumping between platforms, left, right, up and down, climbing the ladders and ropes, overcoming various obstacles like burning flames or mechanical parts of mining machines. In comparison to other 3D platformers, Marlow Briggs and the Mask of Death is rather simplistic. You can fall down and die only when jumping across the holes, but you cannot fall down from the edge of platforms as there is some invisible barrier preventing you from doing it. Marlow Briggs can double jump to get higher or jump over the big holes, But again, you do not need to have precise timing as the game is rather benevolent and gives you quite a lot of time to push the jump button again to do the double jump. So, platforming is a refreshing but not crucial part of the game, and nobody who has ever played any platformer, is there really someone who has not, will have a problem to successfully manage it. The last big part of the game is kind of minigames. They usually consist of quick jumping from one moving object to another to avoid the obstacles. There is a stylish scene with mining carts, for example, and its variations. Shooting the weak parts of giant mining machines at the right moments, which reminds boss battles, or quick time events where you need to quickly press the right keys at the right moment. I would say that the game serves you these scenes at the right moments to make the game entertaining and avoid the stereotype. There are not too many of them, they are challenging but not overly difficult, they do not become irritating. Good job again! Now let's have a look at the other game elements enhancing the game. There is a light RPG system in the game. For each killed enemy, successful combo, or fighting the golden mask, you collect the experience points. Once you have enough of them, you can upgrade either your weapon or spells. Upgrading weapon gives you additional damage, health and new combos to your inventory. Upgrading spells increases its damage and provides you with additional mana. There are 4 weapons, though it's actually still your mighty side that can just be used the other ways, and spells which have 3 levels of upgrade. The only bad thing is that there is no proper skill tree where you would decide which branch upgrade next, but you need to level up previous skill to the maximum level to unlock the next one. This actually does not give you many options and your decision is usually limited to whether to upgrade the weapon or spell. So, it's good that RPG elements are present, but could be done better yet. As for the variety of enemies, you will be facing many anonymous types. The basic guys using melee weapons against you, the stronger bazooka guys shooting at you from the distance, so you need to block their attacks by your side and go after them immediately, tough flamethrower guys causing you quite a lot of pain, armored guys with big shields that you need to practice some combos at to make them unprotected first, helicopters that you usually need nearby turrets for to eliminate, and various giant bugs that are the great targets for your throwing knives. I have not seen so many enemy types, but the battles with them are enjoyable, not because they would be so smart, but because they are usually attacking you in large numbers from various sides. The environment usually consists of some part of mining facility with a lot of pipes, platforms, fires, ventilators, helipads, and so on, combined with the elements of South American jungle. Although the environment is not too variable, the level design is still coming with some good ideas and gives plenty of space for all 3 main parts of the game: fighting, platforming, and minigames. How about the game difficulty and controls? Marlow Briggs on the Mask of Death can be challenging sometimes, but definitely not frustrating, which is a good news for casual players. Your hero is quite strong, so he can endure many hits, there are enough red masks restoring your health bar, and the checkpoints are usually right before the critical moments, so you will never need to repeat the long parts of the game again and again. I have almost no complaints regarding controls either. I have played the game on the Xbox controller, which I would recommend for playing here, and they work well while fighting and in the minigames. They can only be a little bit clunky while platforming, especially for high jumps where you grab the edge of a higher platform and need to climb onto them, but your character quite often does the jump instead, and you can repeat the whole jumping sequence again. But this is not a big deal, and controls are fine most of the time. I can say that I've been pleased by the game audio visuals. The graphics is not something that you would be looking at with your mouth wide open, but still good looking, fully 3D with many objects and effects, and the game runs smoothly even with a large number of enemies on the screen on PCs that can be considered low specs nowadays. There are several mostly heroic-like music tracks that fit the game, but there could be definitely more of them. Sounds, on the other hand, are very distinct. You will hear the sounds of smashes, bashes, shots, blasts, and with funny comments of tap and slimy voice of main villain Hang-Long. Sounds definitely belong to the upsides of the game and help to create a good atmosphere. So, was this attempt for low-budget God of War successful, or should I better forget about it? I have found many positives in the game. Well-developed story with many cutscenes and slow-motion cuts, enjoyable fighting with many combos, funny minigames, presence of RPG elements, reasonable difficulty, solid controls, good level design, nice graphics and atmospheric sounds, along with some solid dubbing of main characters. One can also find some negatives here, like not so charismatic main characters, just the basic platforming with sometimes clunky controls, too limited skill upgrades and low variability of environment. As Marlow Briggs is the lone wolf in the style of good old action movies, there is no local multiplayer and the game itself is not very suitable for family playing due to its violent character. So this time I would recommend the game to be enjoyed by fellow gaming fathers on their own. The good news is that the game costs just €5 on Steam, which is a very fair price for what it offers. I can say that I was really pleasantly surprised how entertaining the game is. For a very low price, you will get fast-paced B-movies like action with a sense of humor that changes the game style in a smart way, not to become repetitive too soon. I have really enjoyed the time spent by playing Marlow Briggs and the Mask of Death, and I am therefore giving it thumbs up and VideoGaming Father's index 8 out of 10. Recommended. Thank you for watching my video review, and if you have liked it, please give it a thumb up, and also do not forget to subscribe to my VideoGaming Father's channel to be noticed about my new video reviews. See ya!
Kill them! You waited for!